Hello, everybody. Okay, so today's read, we are going to do an update read on Jayden Penno Tompsett. Just want to get that done. Now, he went missing. Let me just go back to my information here. Okay, so he went missing the end of 2017 into 2018. They were going from one part of Australia up to another part of Australia. He was supposed to be meeting up with his cousin and some other friends. He was driving with a friend up to that area. It was about, I think, a 30-something hour drive. The last known sighting of him was at a gas station where they stopped for gas. And then he was never seen again. Now, I have done a previous read on him where we got some information. So I'm going to, excuse me, I'm going to do a reading now with, the first read was with my Ancestor deck. So now we're going to go into the Tarot deck. And I've also got my newest deck here that my daughter and I made. This is not an Ancestor deck. This is my bumper deck. Okay, so please do not confuse it with my Ancestor deck. This is not an Ancestor deck. It's a bumper deck. It gives you a little bit more information about the situation, specific things like the person involved. If we get something here that shows us the person involved or that he was murdered, we can go in and see with this deck more information with it. So that's why it's called a bumper deck, okay? So we may or may not be using that. It all depends on what comes out here. If we do need more information or I feel like we need more information on a certain topic, I will go to the bumper deck. So that's what I'm calling it, you guys. This is my own creation. Me and my daughter made this deck, and it is called a bumper deck. Okay. So let's get into this, and we're going to see what we get now from the tarot deck regarding Jayden Penno Tompsett. Now I have spoke with a friend of his for about 3 hours on a live, and his Jayden's mother has also been talked to regarding the reads, and she is all for it, as is his friend that I spent like 3 hours on a live with, and it was a private live. So there are some things that I don't think they want out yet because of maybe their own ongoing investigation, but we're going to see what we get. Okay, so I'm going to ask Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael, please come to assist. And we're going to ask about the leading up to. So leading up to the time that this happened with Jayden, the days and weeks could be right up until the time this happened, what was going on with him. Then we're going to ask for the day of. So anything that was going on the day of. So right around the time that this happened. What was going on right around the time this happened? What caused it maybe? Who was involved? Everything like that. Just wanted to come out, and then we're going to get into what the people involved and what maybe even Jayden is thinking now from the other side. This could be from him. This could be from the people who were involved. What is surrounding it, what's maybe being kept secret, stuff like that. I'll get for the last card. And let's see, this one wanted to come out. Okay, so let's start with this one first. Okay, so the days and weeks leading up to what happened with Jayden. Okay, so I've got the Ten of Pentacles. Again, a lot about money, maybe concerned about money. I get harmony, happy, and carefree. So basically, he was living a carefree lifestyle. Maybe not really worried about money or overly worried about money. One of the two. We'll get more on this as more cards come out. I'm going to pull some more cards on them. Okay, so the day of that this happened, I've got the Hermit. This is going to tell us what was going on the day of, leading right up until the time this happened to him. We've got the Hermit. So contemplating actions, solitude, and awareness and insight. So what this is telling me is that somebody was contemplating doing something. Okay. So what is going on now? We've got the Two of Wands, leaving home, travel, and making decisions. So I do feel that whoever maybe is involved in this may have changed locations, may have left the area where they originally should have been. So say after Jayden went missing, maybe this person returned back home for a little brief time, but has since moved on, moved out of the area, and I've got a lot of decision making. So these decisions, I believe, were made to leave home and leave the area. Okay, so with the leading up to, okay, I've got the desire to reconcile. Okay, so this is the Five of Swords and it's in reversed. So with this happiness and harmony and the carefree life regarding money and stuff like that. So maybe he had been making good money. Things were all happy, making things happen maybe. But then there was something else that came into that with the Five of Swords. And this talks about desires to reconcile, desire to forgive, but it also talks about resentment. So there, I feel that there was some kind of resentment that had came in, and maybe he was saying, okay, look, don't worry, I'm going to make this right. So he's going to reconcile it. Please forgive me. I will make it right. And I feel it has to do with something with the money again, because there's money there with it. And then we've got the Knight of Swords. This is a forward motion. Okay. And swords is always like conflict, stuff like that. It's an air element. So we got two air elements coming in here. So I get somebody who was impulsive, defending something, but wanting to move forward. So I do believe that that maybe the harmony and happiness in that in his life was maybe turned upside down due to some kind of money issues or something to do with money. I feel that with these cards coming out now to give us some more information on that, I do feel like he did something that was impulsive, and he knows now that he has to move forward with this to gain the reconciliation and forgiveness from somebody, because there's some resentment going on there. So I feel like there was some resentment going on. He wanted to make that better. He made an impulsive move, maybe did something impulsively. But I feel like he was trying to reconcile that. Okay, so the day of the contemplating action, solitude, awareness, and insight, we've got the devil that comes into this. Somebody who's greedy. I've also got the devil also stands for addiction and abuse, unhealthy situations, and some dark secrets coming into this. So whoever this was that was contemplating action, there's some awareness and insight here. Excuse me. So I do believe that there's somebody that was greedy, somebody who had an addiction and abuse, unhealthy situation, and dark secrets. The devil came in on this. And then we got the Page of Pentacles. So somebody younger than Jayden, and something about money, because that's the Pentacles, something about money. So putting this together as a whole, I've got somebody, I believe it's this Page of Pentacles, somebody younger than him, concerned about the money, concerned about him maybe about Jayden not being careful, contemplating some kind of action. And then there's some solitude. So I feel like, I think this Page of Pentacles somehow was involved, and it was concerning the money again. And I got the solitude that came after the contemplating of this action. I also got that this person is greedy, also has maybe an addiction, abuse problem. But there was some dark secrets that came out here with this Page. And I do believe that the Page is the one that put him in an unhealthy situation. But there was an unhealthy situation that happened with this Page. So what are they thinking now? Okay, so we have the Two of Wands, and what comes into that is we got the Magician, and we got the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So what's going on now? We're going to bring it over here so I can see it a little better. I've got something with this Two of Wands and the Magician. Somebody making things happen. Somebody making things seem maybe not as what they appear not as what they are, or they're changing up something. They're creating like an illusion almost. But I also have this Magician, whoever this is leaving his home, traveling, and this is a conscious decision that he made because they're unfinished business. And I believe, and this is in reverse, the Three of Pentacles, again, about money. Pentacles is also earthly elements, materialistic things, money. It's an earth element, so materialistic things. He was getting, whoever this Page of Pentacles, I believe, was involved in this on that day. But he had to change things up, I feel, whoever this Page is, because there's a Magician that comes in. And this Magician, I do believe, is still this Page of Pentacles. Having to adapt, having to change things up, and having the willpower. And I believe he's holding his sword up. There's a sword laying down, so almost like he's putting something to rest. We also got a pentacle that's sitting here and his cup upright. So everything is fine now with money. So, but he's got to get away from the situation, because I do believe the unfinished business is that this case is still open. We've got some frustration and delays here. And I do believe that this is the Magician saying, okay, when is this ever going to be over? When can I just go back to normal type thing? And this could also be Jayden's energy coming in, wondering what the delay is in solving this, okay? So again, with leading up to, there's an opportunity, joy, great love, with the Ace of Cups. So feeling like he could make things right. Now, this is Jayden leading up to, so I do feel like he had some kind of opportunity that was being presented to him. And we got the great love too. So this could be the meeting up with the cousin, some kind of opportunity that's going to bring back the joy and love back into his life. Rebuilding, healing. So I do believe that he thought with going on this trip, I know that they were bringing drugs to this other location where they were going to sell all this stuff, and he was going to be able to clear debts that he had. So I believe that's what he was thinking right here with the opportunity with the Ace of Cups, that finally his cup will be full again. He'll be able to get these people off his back, be able to reconcile and get some forgiveness from them, because I know he did owe money. And then starting to rebuild again, healing after all of this. That's what he thought was going to happen. But the day of, this is what came in. Okay, so we've got with the Devil and the Page of Pentacles, I do believe that somebody contemplated another action. And then there was solitude that came after that. So I believe that whoever he was traveling with, something happened there. He got greedy. I believe that he also has an addiction, and put Jayden in an unhealthy situation there. So there's something that came to light here on this trip. And this Page of Pentacles is involved. He was all about the money and getting what he wanted. And also showed a darker side of himself. And I do believe that he's the one that put Jayden in the unhealthy position. And we got the Knight of Wands coming in too, full of confidence, fearless, fiery, reckless, naive, taken for granted. So I do believe whoever this is, this page, and I think I know who it is, but I'm going to keep that to myself. Whoever this page is, I think he brought others into it. There's at least another older male, because we got the Knight of Wands going full force, fearless, forward, full of confidence. And the Fool, I believe, is Jayden, being reckless and naive. I do believe that he was taken for granted, and that this page used him to get what he wanted, and didn't care what happened to him. So what's going on now? So with the Two of Wands, the Magician, and the Three of Pentacles in reverse, we've already spoken about that. I've got the Four of Cups also in reverse. I've got bitter, angry, and hurtful with that. And then I've got the Three of Wands in the upright. I've got two wands behind, and I've got him holding one. So it's almost him turning his back on stuff, rapidly changing. And we've got the leaving home and the travel and making decisions to benefit himself up here, or the rapid change. So I think he moved pretty quickly. All he wanted to do was get his own happiness back. He wasn't concerned about anything else. And I do see with the Four of Cups, there's somebody here that is pushing forward, that's still very bitter, angry, and hurt over their cups being turned upside down, which I believe may be the family. They're still very bitter and angry, and I think that they're still pushing forward, going after this person here. So I want to know, we're going to use the bumper deck. So I want to know more about the Page of Pentacles and the Dark Secrets, because we know that it's already come out in the previous read. He has crossed over. So the Page of Pentacles and the greedy person. What more can you tell us regarding these two cards? I got that with the Page of Pentacles. I believe this is somebody that was younger than him. I believe this is who is involved, but there's also an older male too. I want more information on this. Like, why did he involve himself in this? What are the dark secrets? Why did he put Jayden in an unhealthy situation? Why was he so greedy? His desires and ambition. Very careful to maybe cover something up. What more can you tell us about this person? And we're going to go to the bumper deck to see what more we can get regarding. I think the Devil and the Page are the same person, but we were going to ask about this guy too. Who is this older male? Like, maybe how was this done? What did they do? Where are they from? And I'm just going to pull them on each here. Oops. They didn't totally flip over, you guys, so I'm not going to take them. The Knight of Wands. What can you tell us more about the Knight of Wands first? This other older male. What can you tell us about him? This older male. What about this older male? What can you tell us about this older male, please? Let me clear the cards. Okay, what can you tell us about this older male, please? The older male. What can you tell us about this Knight of Wands? The vendetta. So this older guy had a vendetta. Okay, so what about the Page of Pentacles? What about the Page of Pentacles, please? Was tired. So maybe tired of dealing with Dylan. Maybe tired of dealing about the situation with money. The Devil, please. The greedy addict. I believe these are the same person. What more can you tell us about the Devil? What more can you tell us about the Devil? Ooh, they just tossed him away. They tossed him away. So he's been tossed somewhere, either down into something, tossed. And the Devil's the one that did it. So let's get some more about maybe an area where they're from. Did they come from out of town, whoever did this? Because I do believe that it happened around that gas station area. So with the King of Wands, is he from the area? The Page of Pentacles, where is he from? Is he the one he was traveling with? And the Devil, the one that did the dirty deed. Where is he maybe from? Or maybe an area where he was tossed. Mountain and hills. So this Knight of Wands is from an area where there's mountain and hills. And there was a vendetta. Okay. This King of Wands, or the Knight of Wands, was involved because there was a vendetta to resolve. Oh my gosh, you guys, that's too many. I'm going to keep that out, but I'm asking about an area maybe of where each of these are from, or where with this, where maybe he is. But the Knight of Wands, I'm being told, is somewhere where there's mountains and hills. See, we got in something here. So this person here, this Page of Pentacles, who got tired of Jayden, he's also going to have a criminal history. And this is going to be, he's been charged. Could be a felon, a murderer. We don't know, but I know he got tired of dealing with Dylan over money. Now, I do believe that there is a Knight of Wands, so somebody older, and a Page of Pentacles, somebody younger, that is involved in all of this. One of them is a Devil. One of this, and I do believe that I'm almost feeling like it was the Page, but I could be wrong. It could be the Knight. But one of these two guys, the younger one or the older one, is this Devil. Okay, also has an addiction problem. Very greedy, is holding dark secrets, and is the one that put Jayden in the unhealthy situation. This is also the person that I do believe was involved. They're both involved because they were both coming forward. So that I believe there's two people involved. He was just tossed into something. Now that was going to be my next question, is how he was taken out, I'm going to say, without saying the M word, because I do have a gun. So there could be a firearm also involved. Yeah, so we got a fight. So I believe the fight was over the money and the drugs. Somebody brought a gun into this, you guys, but there was a fight, and I think I got that in my last read. What was the fight? Are they both involved? What else happened? Was the gun the only thing used? Was the gun the only thing used? See, money, a fight over money. And like I said, I got it here with the Pentacles. It was a fight. Somebody wanted the money, or it was a fight over money. Maybe they overdosed him. Overdosed him and then shot him. And then tossed him in something. But this is going to be a big clue. There's somebody that came from the mountains and hills. Or is there a place near that gas station that has the word mountain in it? Mountain Hills could be something, but somebody had a vendetta against him. And whoever this knight is, was fearless, full of confidence, had no problem with this fight and everything that happened. Not going to get caught, like really confident that they were not going to be caught for this. But whoever this Page of Pentacles is going to have a criminal history, and there was also a gun involved. Could they have given him an overdose? Because I've got an overdose here too, and there was a fight about money. So is this why he was taken out? They overdosed him so they could take the money and whatever, I guess, was left. And then they just tossed him. See, just tossed and then in something. So somewhere along the lines after this has happened, I believe that they could have shot him and then he was tossed into something. So it's going to be in an area where you have to look down into something. Hang on, you guys. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm seeing that there was a gun used, but I do believe that they could have overdosed him too and then shot him. But one of these two, I believe it's the Page, is going to have a criminal history. But whoever this Page is got tired of him. Got tired of him. So that is my updated read. I hope that this brings out some more information. But whoever this is over here is not looking back. And I've got 2 wands behind him. And the wands are like, I believe, fire element. So these 2 wands, I feel this could be Jayden wanting to go forward and wanting, you know, happiness returned to maybe his family's life, because right now they're still bitter, angry, and hurtful. But there's these 2 wands behind him that are stopping that from happening. And it could be these 2 right here. So I do feel that it happened in that gas station area. And I've got something with this knight who came in from the mountain and hills, and there was a vendetta. So is this somebody who this Page called and said, hey, get here, like, you ain't going to get your money because he's using all this stuff. So they just took him out. I don't know. But this is not, I don't know the whole story. I've seen the coroner's inquest on this, and it just doesn't make sense. The coroner and law enforcement who testified at the coroner's inquest really contradict each other. And there's a lot of things that they missed there. I did go over a timeline that I can maybe show you here. Okay, so when I was going over this, I had a timeline done up. What could be proven, and then what the person that Jayden had been traveling with, what he said. So I'll just tell you one or two of the contradictions that I came across. Okay, so here's one of the biggest contradictions that I found. And I'm just going to call the guy L because his name starts with L. They were at the gas station at 3 a.m. They were caught on CCTV camera. So we know at 3 a.m. in Chartertown, or Charterstown Towers, they were caught on CCTV at the Puma gas station. So we know he was alive at 3 a.m. At 9:30 a.m. that morning, between 9:30 and 10 a.m., there is an older gentleman who owns property that caught L at the end of his driveway. He had this tap at the end of his driveway, but it wasn't drinking water. He went to investigate, what's this guy doing at the end of my driveway type thing. And I'm just going to say his name, Lucas, who Jayden was driving the trip with, said he was by himself in the car. And he said to the older gentleman, "Oh, I'm just trying to get water. I need water." So the old guy said, "Well, you're off the beaten path. Like, you're pretty far from the highway. What are you doing?" And he said that he was looking for either his sister or his sister's friend. That's what he told this old guy, this property owner. And then he left. That was around 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Whereas Lucas said that they pulled over on the side of the road, which was down the road from this gentleman's place. He said that they had pulled over to the side of the road, and Jayden got out and he was all upset and peeved off, and he took off. He said that he waited in the car for about 10, 15 minutes, and Jayden hadn't returned to the car yet, so he went looking for water, which is where he went at 9:30, 10 o'clock, where he was seen at this older gentleman's farm, okay, property. So he said he waited about 10, 15 minutes for Jayden to return. He didn't return, so he went to this person's place and to fill up his water bottle. That was at 9:30, 10 o'clock. He then says to the police in his statement that he went back down the road to where Jayden had got out of the car, and he searched for hours for Jayden and couldn't find him. Hours is like 3 or more. So that would bring us, if this older guy seen him between 9:30 and 10 o'clock in the morning, that would bring us somewhere to 12, 1 o'clock. Okay, so even if he only searched for 2 hours, that would bring us till about noon. Several hours, like he said, I searched for him for hours and hours, would bring us to 1 o'clock or farther. Now, where the discrepancy is he didn't go back and search for Jayden for several hours, like he said to the police, because 1 hour later, he was caught on CCTV cameras on the highway in Calcium, an hour away. So say he left to go to Calcium, it takes an hour. So it would have been, if he left right away, it's an hour's drive to Calcium. Okay. But he said that he went back here and searched for Dylan for hours, but he was caught at around 11:30 in the morning in Calcium. And it takes an hour to get to Calcium, between an hour and a half. He didn't go back to look for Jayden at all, like he said. Because if he had, and he left this farm at 10 o'clock and he searched for hours, even an hour would have brought him to 11 o'clock searching, and say then he left and said, "Okay, I can't find him. I'm going to continue on my journey." It's an hour to an hour and a half to Calcium. He was caught here too early. He wouldn't have been able to get here on time to be caught at this time on this camera. He left directly from here and went to Calcium. He never went back looking for Jayden. So that's one of the things that I caught in the coroner's report, and there's quite a few, where this Lucas guy that was traveling with him, which I believe is this Page of Pentacles, he lied. Why do you lie? You lie when you got to cover something up. And this is what I believe has been covered up. I believe he was involved, and I believe he got on maybe the phone and said to somebody else, hey, come and meet us here. We'll make it look like an accident or an overdose. I don't know. But this guy came from the mountains, the hills. So if there's mountains or hills around there, but he was just tossed out in something. He's in something. And it was all over money. The fight was over money, and this person's going to have a criminal history. Okay, so that's my updated read, you guys. If you've enjoyed this read, please hit the like button down below. Please make sure you're subscribed. I am doing another read today. I will release this one first, and then I will release the next one maybe around 4 or 5 o'clock. I've been asked to do a read on Jayden Penno to see this happened apparently in the same area as Dylan Rounds. So I'm going to be doing that reading right after this one. I will be using my Ancestor deck. As you guys know, when I do a first read on anybody, I use my Ancestor deck first. So I will be doing that one, and that one will be released probably around 4 or 5 o'clock today. But I want to get this one out. I promised the family that I would do this, so I am doing it. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you're made aware when I do updated reads and when I go live. I go live every Sunday morning, 11:30 a.m. Eastern, where you can get your very own mini read with several other decks of cards that I use, and messages from heaven and stuff like that. Also, there's this brand new button right down here somewhere, right over here. It's a heart, and it says thanks. If you do want to contribute to the channel, you can hit that heart and give a donation to the channel, which helps keep us going. Okay, so until the next time, you guys, please take care of yourselves. Please stay safe. Love you to the moon and back. Bye-bye for now.